name is Father Donghoon Lee, and I'm ordained for the Archdiocese of Toronto. And I just want to share a bit about my vocation story. So I wasn't raised Catholic, so I came to Canada in 2000, and my whole family became Catholic when we came to Canada. So none of the family members were Catholic except for my maternal grandmother. So she was the only Catholic in my family. Even then, she was a convert. She used to be Buddhist. So she was the one that introduced us the faith, the Catholic faith, to our family. So when we first moved to Canada, my mom suggested that why don't we all become Catholic? So in 2000 Easter Vigil, we all became Catholic as a whole family. And since then, we were very much involved in the church, and I joined the Acolyte. And one November, I think, and I was in grade 10. So that's when I visited the seminary, St. Augustine Seminary, for the first time, because we were invited by one of the Korean seminarians. Back then, now he's a priest. So that was my first time visit to the seminary, and that was my first time ever learned about priesthood, seminary, seminarians. So that was all a new experience to me, and I really prayed, like after the visit, I really prayed for the priest, religious, and deacons and seminarians, because before then I didn't know anything about it. So I really prayed for them. And usually, my home parish is St. Andrew Kim, so that's where I was baptized. And every Korean parish in Toronto usually have two nuns, Korean nuns from Korea. So they're Benedictine sisters. So usually one of them is in charge of acolytes. And after the visit to the seminary, she came up to me. So Daniel, well, how was the visit? And I said, well, it was amazing, it was great. And then she asked me, have you ever thought about priesthood? And I still remember the clear response I said to her, how could I even dare to think about it? This is something that's, I can't even think about it. And then her response really stuck in my head for a while. And she told me, Daniel, you don't choose God. God chooses you. That really resonated in my mind for a while. And I prayed about it. I actually prayed about it. And that's when I really prayed the rosary. Because whenever I prayed the rosary, I found comfort in my mind, heart, spiritually. That's the one really inspired me to pray. So I prayed about it, and one day I wrote a letter to my mom saying that I want to enter the seminary. So long story short, she was against the idea only because she wanted me to have a family, and she thought that priesthood would be too lonely. So she wanted me to have children, and maybe she also wanted grandchildren. So I couldn't really go against her decision. So I went to university and studied and worked. But I still had this, feeling that I felt called. I really felt called. So eventually I went to see the vocation director. Back then it was Father Chris Remieux. So I went to see him without telling my parents. And I told him my situation, and he told me that, why don't you start with the associate program? That's like philosophy, program that the program for the guys who's discerning to enter the seminary. So I did that for 2 years. And in 2016, I decided to enter the seminary. And without telling my parents, but after 2 months, I told my mom first, saying that I want to enter the seminary, and I got accepted. And I feel really called. And she was really respectful of my decision at the time. So here I am now, and I'm in my last final year of formation at the seminary. And since then, my family has been really supportive, and I'm so glad that I made the right choice, and I still feel called to this path. And throughout the journey, not just my family, but all the support I received from the parishioners, my brother seminarians, and all the faculty, the priests. Without them, and of course, God's grace. Without His mercy and God's grace and all the support prayers I received from other people, I wouldn't have made this far. So I'm really grateful for this experience and my vocation. So that's about it.